The frontrunners and the dark horses have shifted on American Idol after the top 24 saw some people rise to the occasion and some crash and burn. And Katy Perry isn't shaving her legs? Today on our Idol Recap. Hey guys, it's Samantha and Billy is back with us this week.
Oh yeah, how you guys doing? We are so excited. This was a crazy week on Idol, don't you think?
Oh gosh, there was so much. I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah, what's so cool is some of the people that we thought were front runners kind of switched places and some dark horses emerged. What do you think of that?
I completely agree with you there. I mean, people like Grace Kinsler and Willie, I think were a little bit overshadowed this week by some other contestants. But I think we should first get to the show format.
Oh yeah. It was interesting because they each did a solo and then they all did a duet and it was back to back. What did you think of the format? Did you like it?
I mean, this is live, and I say that in air quotes because this was all pre-recorded, but this is the first time that America gets to vote for contestants. So it was really fun to see live music on TV, but next week I'm hoping that everything is actually live so that we get to feel like we're at a concert.
I really liked what I did like about it is I feel like the duets were the strongest. There were some celebrities I feel like they overshadowed the performers, but I did love seeing the duets. I feel like that's where people shined a little more than in their solos. Some of those solos were a train wreck, some were great. What did you think?
I agree with you on the train wreck aspect there. We saw some shining moments from the celebrities, and some of the contestants sort of crumbled. But you guys, let us know down below if you agree with us. Do you feel like there were certain celebrities that overshadowed some of the contestants?
Yeah. So favorite judge moments. What was your favorite?
It's a toss-up because Katy Perry had some funny moments, okay? She put her legs on the judging table because she said Cassandra's performance made the hair on her legs stand up.
As a new mother, I don't have very much time, so I've quit shaving my legs. But when you sang, the hair on my legs grew 1.5 inches.
Yes, and what's crazy is it wasn't just her saying that as a metaphor. She showed the hair on her legs, and Luke was like, she does.
She literally has leg hair. Thank you for the forensic report.
It was great.
But very relatable.
And then also, what about the moment where, very relatable. What about the moment where she, she talked about, she said, why don't we just show you?
Make that stage your bitch. Because that's how you're singing. You know, you're singing with grit.
Yeah, Katy Perry saying the word bitch on national television. I mean, it doesn't get any more fun and exciting than this, but I completely agree with her because she's giving Casey some good advice. She's basically just like, you need to own the stage.
There was another moment too where she was transfixed when Ava was singing, and I thought that was pretty awesome. And, Ava did such a great performance, and it was so funny because you can always tell by the judges' faces, and Katy was literally just staring at her the whole time like, I'm so blown away by her performance. I thought that was one of my favorite moments.
All right, you guys, so before we talk about the new frontrunners in the competition, I feel like we gotta talk about the best and worst celebrity duets.
Yeah, I think my favorite, Tori Kelly, I think she gave the stage to people. She didn't try to oversing people, and her voice is so phenomenal, but I think she was one of my favorites. What about you?
I liked Josh Groban.
Oh, yes.
Because he's just a professional,
He truly
he's
is.
been doing this forever, and I feel like the advice that he was giving people was just really sound advice.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas there were some celebrities like Jewel who didn't really let the contestants sing that much.
So do you think she upstaged
she
them? Or?
absolutely upstaged Hunter, and she absolutely upstaged Mary Jo. And it's kind of sad because we're here to watch the contestants and we want to see how they'll perform with someone else.
Any other ones you think that upstaged them?
I
know what she thinks.
I mean, maybe this is like an unpopular opinion, but I feel like at times the country people were just completely upstaged by whoever they were working with. Like Jason Aldean, I feel like the duets were good. Jason Aldean's a great country artist, but when you put him next to someone who hasn't had a lot of stage experience.
Well, it's funny. So one of mine was Ryan Tedder. So I felt like I didn't know, is it because I didn't know Ryan Tedder sang that well, so I was going, is it because he's singing so well, or is it because he's upstaging them? I couldn't decide between the two, so that was kind of mine there.
Yeah, Ryan Tedder's a great singer. We see him on Songland all the time, and I just feel like because he's another one that has so much experience, it's hard to compete with that. All right, you guys, we need to get into our top 3. And this week, our top 3 is full of dark horses, you guys. These are people that we didn't necessarily predict as like winners, future possible winners, but I feel like now they're standouts.
Yeah, so number 3, I would say it's Casey. She wasn't really a dark horse because Luke did predict that she would win, but I feel like, you know, she's been kind of under the radar for me, and this is an episode where I was like, okay, I really saw her stand out this time.
And whoever paired her with the frontman of Incubus for her duet, genius.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And at number 2, we have Graham.
Yes.
So I predicted Graham was gonna be in the top 5. So he's been on my radar, but I loved his performance because it was just very like soulful, it was sexy, and it was just giving me all good vibes.
Yeah, and I can say about Graham, I really agree with you on that because his duet with Ben Rector, you know, it is hard. Ben Rector has incredible songs, but they are story-driven songs, and so it's hard to find a singer who can do that, and you could hear a pin drop in the room, and it was one of my favorite performances, so Graham really has come out of the dark. What about number 1?
At number 1, we have Ava.
Ava, yes, she was awesome. She was my favorite.
Yeah, last week she was in our top 3 also, but I feel like this week, you know, Driver's License is the biggest song in the world right now, but really when it came for her duet, I was honestly blown away.
Yeah, her duet was what did it for me too, because Driver's License, for me, I loved that, and then I felt like the moment she came forward for the duet, her voice has such an incredible quality, it's haunting almost, you know, and I feel like she's the dark horse. She's gonna possibly win this.
And is anybody else getting Grace Vanderwall vibes from her? Let me know down below, because that's how I was feeling watching it, and we all know Grace won AGT, so.
What do you think about some of the front runners who have actually kind of not stepped down, but stepped aside a little bit? What do you think about them? Because I feel like with when you have Willie, who's phenomenal, you know what I mean? There's some certain thing that's happening right now that's not keeping them in front at this moment when these dark horse stepping forward.
I think that the judges were really stressing song choice, and I think this week Grace really didn't choose the best song for her voice, and maybe Willie could have chosen a more like upbeat song, and maybe that would have just shown a little bit of a different side of him. And you guys, let us know in the comments down below, do you think that there are any dark horses in the competition? And do you think that some of the early standouts have kind of faded to the background this week? All right, now we gotta talk about the heart of this show. I felt so emotional when Willie was talking about how his grandfather passed away from COVID, and he dedicated his performance of the prayer with Catherine McPhee to his grandfather, and it was just like.
And she dedicated hers to her
father?
Her father?
Yeah, father, yeah.
Her father, yeah, and I thought that was a beautiful moment.
But I feel like we were talking earlier, and you have like a certain man crush on a contestant, and you were saying that he kind of made you feel a little bit emotional.
Yeah, you know, that's my other heart of the show is Hunter. I know last week you gave me a hard time. Hunter's not your favorite. Why is that?
He sounds like Kermit the Frog.
No, he doesn't. Okay, in the comments, do you think he sounds like Kermit the Frog? I do not. I think his voice, you know the singer from A Great Big World?
Yeah.
I think his voice sounds like that, and his voice is so unique, and even the judges said, if we close our eyes, we know you're singing. They know his voice, and I think sometimes a stylist will come through to the end, and mark my words, I think he's gonna get through.
Well, when I close my eyes, I hear the Masked Singer Snail. But actually, there's a comment of the week from last week that agrees with you. So we're gonna read out the comment this week. It's from Cody, and it says, "How the does Hunter sound like Kermit the Frog? The she on?"
Thank you so much. Okay, it's from Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
Thank you, Cody. I agree. I don't think he sounds like Kermit the Frog at all. The reason why he tugs at my heart is I believe that he's like a diamond in the rough, and I believe that at some point he's truly going to blossom, and I feel like there's such a shyness that he wouldn't even hold out the long note with Jewel. He was afraid to hold out the long note, and when he did, if you watch the performance, he kind of turns his head to the back because there's a shyness there. So I think he's going to blossom and come out.
All right, Hunter, no, we love you. We love you here at Talent Recap. Don't come for me. I just, you know, I have my preferences, okay?
So this week on Sunday, the top 16 is going to be revealed and then performed for your votes.
And you guys, it's crunch time because right after that on Monday, the top 12 are going to be revealed. So I cannot stress this enough. Vote for your favorites,
yes,
you guys.
4 people going home.
Yes, let us know in the comments down below who are some of your favorite contestants this week. In the meantime, let everybody know where they can find you.
Yes, it's at Billy Blanks Jr. on all platforms.
And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at SamanthaX373. And while you're on YouTube, you should hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Follow Talent Recap on all social medias and head over to talentrecap.com because we have all the scoop on American Idol. And I think it's time for us to say, and that's our Talent Recap. Hey, what are you doing tonight? Well, I think you should hit that subscribe button down below and then we can talk.